critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. It's amazing how strongly people feel about that. You see, I'm talking about cutting taxes. People go like that. Talk about transgender. Everyone goes crazy. Who would have thought 5 years ago you didn't know what the hell it was?
5 years ago you didn't know what the hell it was.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Monday, June 12th, 2023. Welcome to day 874. Last week, the Justice Department charged Donald Trump with 37 felony counts over his refusal to return classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago. The charges include 31 counts under the Espionage Act for willful retention of national defense information, making false statements, and conspiracy to obstruct justice. The 49-page indictment says even after the federal grand jury in Miami issued a subpoena demanding the return of all the documents, Trump resisted and instead suggested his attorney should either lie to the FBI, hide or destroy documents, or just show the FBI some of the documents in order to conceal his continued retention of classified documents. The indictment indicates that some of the documents Trump took to Mar-a-Lago included information regarding defense and weapons capabilities of the U.S. and foreign countries, as well as U.S. nuclear programs. Trump confirmed the indictment on his personal social network, writing, "The corrupt Biden administration has informed my attorneys that I have been indicted, seemingly over the boxes hoax, even though Joe Biden has 1,850 boxes at the University of Delaware, additional boxes in Chinatown, D.C., with even more boxes at the University of Pennsylvania, and documents strewn all over his garage floor where he parks his Corvette, and which is secured by only a garage door that is paper thin and open much of the time." This marks the first time a former president has ever faced federal charges, and it's the second time that Trump has been indicted. Meanwhile, Trump vowed to continue running for president even if he's convicted as part of the 37-count federal felony indictment, saying, "I'll never leave." Trump, who is not legally prohibited from running for president from prison or as a convicted felon, cast the charges as part of his final battle with a corrupt and weaponized Department of Injustice.
Now these radical left lunatics want to interfere with our elections by using law enforcement. It's totally corrupt, and we can't let it happen. This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will roll out the fake news media. We will expose the rhinos for what they are. We will defeat Joe Biden, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all. We will liberate. We're going to liberate our country.
Trump's remarks at the Georgia Republican Party's annual convention came one day after special counsel Jack Smith unsealed the 37-count federal indictment, which Trump called a political hit job by a deranged Smith. In the end, Trump said, "They're not coming after me, they're coming after you. I'm just standing in their way." Moving on, a Montana judge will hear arguments in a first-of-its-kind lawsuit by 16 young people challenging the state's pro-fossil fuel policies. In Held v. Montana, the group accuses the state of violating their right to a clean and healthful environment by promoting fossil fuel development. A clean and healthful environment is explicitly guaranteed in the state's constitution. The trial began today and is scheduled to last about 2 weeks. Meanwhile, more than 725,000 Medicaid recipients have lost coverage since the end of the COVID-19 public health emergency. The federal pandemic-era policy required state Medicaid agencies to provide coverage even if their eligibility changed. But since April, 14 states have started disenrolling people from Medicaid, with another 22 states beginning the disenrollment processes this month. An estimated 17 million people could lose Medicaid coverage. And finally, U.S. spy agencies have bought a large amount of sensitive and intimate information about Americans, according to a new report by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Although most of the commercially available data from cars, phones, web tracking technologies, the Internet of Things, and other sources has been snipped of personal information and anonymized, the government said it's easy to de-anonymize and identify individuals. The report notes that the government can persistently track the phones of millions of Americans without a warrant so long as it purchases the information, adding, the government would never have been permitted to compel billions of people to carry location tracking devices on their persons at all times to log and track most of their social interactions or to keep flawless records of all their reading habits. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditas.